Hi beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ru. Now what we're doing today is we're looking at their thoughts about you. Now this could be anybody. This could be somebody that you see romantic, platonic, it really doesn't matter. Just anyone that you've been thinking about. What do they think about about you, right? Their thoughts about you. So yeah, we have 3 piles for you to choose from. Pile 1, okay, wait, I wrote them down because I don't know a lot about crystals, so I wrote them down so I'm not wrong. So for pile 1, we have this Miriam Jasper. I hope it's focused. Pile 2, we have this Amethyst. And for pile 3, we have Carnelian. So whichever you are more drawn to, that will be your reading. Now, for the people that are interested in what decks I'll be using, okay, let's start with oracles. So I'll be using the Karma cards. I'll be using the archetypes. I'll be using Animal Spirit. The Astro, the Star Codes Astro, and the Spirit Oracle. And for advice or guidance at the end, we'll be using affirmators. Now for the tarot, I kind of just want to use one deck, so I'm not sure which one I want to use yet, so that'll be a surprise. But I'll let you know what deck I'll be using in the reading if I choose to use one specific deck or 3 different ones. I'm not sure yet. So yeah. And for the people that are interested about how this reading is gonna go, is that we're gonna first tap into who this person is, and then with tarot we're gonna tap into their thoughts. I'll explain that more in the reading, but yeah, everything should be in the description down below. Timestamps should be in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi pile 1, if you chose the Miriam, is it Miriam? Sorry, I think it's called Miriam Jasper. This reading is for you. Now, before we get into tarot, we're going to see who this person is, who you're asking about, who you're thinking about, or who you're asking about first. So yeah, let's get into it. So we have Libra, balance. We have Coyote Spirit, trust in the divine detours, number 16, and then this is number 7. We have Rabbit. We have the Venom, and we have the 12th house. I can see why you're asking about this person. Should I do it like that? Yeah, let's do it like that. Okay, can we see that? Okay. I kind of want to put the rabbit over here, and this, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's get into it. Who is this person? I feel like this person... Okay, let's start with signs first. Of course, they don't have to resonate, but it's just like a little bit more confirmation. Of course, we have Libra. The 12th house is ruled by Pisces, so Pisces energy could be significant. Libra energy could be significant, or those seasons. Rabbit is... I think that this is fire energy, so Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. So a lot of different energies here for sure, and I can see, to a certain extent, I can see why you're here. I feel like this person might not fully show you who they are. It might not even express how they feel a lot of the times, or what they think about certain things, or I just heard they bite their tongue. I feel like this person might not fully express themselves, only because maybe they just might not know how to. It could be as simple as that, like they might not know how to. But also with the rabbit here, I wouldn't be surprised if this person maybe used to express themselves, or maybe got like, I don't want to get too deep into that, but like it just seems like this person might have like has some sort of like trigger regarding that. You know, maybe like they growing up they've been shut down a lot, or maybe nobody asked for their opinion growing up or something like that. I don't want to get too deep into that, but okay, maybe you know that, I don't know. But there's this energy of them being hidden, right, with the 12th house. With the 12th house, I can read what it says, so you can, or you can read it too, but it says your faith, hidden tendencies, large institutions or overwhelming events, seeking oneness with all there is, philanthropy. I don't know what that is, I'm gonna be honest. And keep your involvement hidden. They're very, and I don't think this person has like ill intentions towards you. I think this person just likes being hidden and not be able to be seen, if that makes sense. I think this person is very, I feel like a lot of times they go into hermit mode, if that makes sense. I think they get into hermit mode without even realizing it. Especially with the rabbit here, I think they could come off kind of scattered, or they could come off kind of scared, kind of anxious a lot of the times. But this Libra energy is very interesting because it's balanced, right? So I feel like this Libra energy is very like prominent in a way that maybe they show up like this Libra energy, very balanced, like very like sure of themselves, very like they know how to be the person they have to be in that moment, but then inside they get very anxious, or they get very like they question themselves a lot. I think they question themselves a lot, and I think they don't know how to express themselves fully. I feel like maybe the way you might know this person is by maybe you had a feeling that they want to tell you something, but they kind of back off, or they want to let you know about something but they back off. Like there's this energy of like them biting their tongue, and you might be able to recognize that, especially with this Venom card here. I feel like this Venom card is very prominent in a way that I feel like they don't know that their words matter, if that makes sense. I feel like, yeah, they might not communicate as much, and maybe you're not even communicating with this person, I'm not sure, but I feel like this person just, they don't know how to communicate they don't know how to communicate well. And I don't know what it is truly. Again, it could be like trigger, right, like we said, but I don't want to get too deep into that. But I feel like with the Venom here, I feel like they don't fully, I don't think they can fully grasp that their words matter in situations, right? Their words matter, their opinions matter, and I feel like they can't fully grasp that, like they can't fully understand that, because again, could be kind of triggering situations in their life growing up or something like that. But yeah, I feel like they, and with the Venom here, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a lot of things to say but they back off, and maybe you kind of like pick up on that. Maybe you pick up on their like their anxiety or being anxious as well. But I feel like, have you ever seen that video? I think it was RuPaul. No, it was RuPaul, but it was, I think it was in Call Her Daddy podcast. Like RuPaul was being interviewed, and I think the Call Her Daddy podcast, I think her name was Alex, ask him, like she asked him, when do you feel the most happy or something like that, or when do you feel the most you, or something like that. And then RuPaul says, when I'm by myself, or like there's a specific word that she used. And but yeah, like the most happy, like where RuPaul feels the most happiest is by himself. And I feel like this person can probably relate to that. I feel like they feel the happiest when they're like the most powerful and the more comfortable when they're by themselves. I wouldn't be surprised if this person comes and goes, like or like they have moments that they just like kind of like, I just heard like get in their shell. Like I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think it's about you. I truly don't think it's about you. It's just this person is just very like sensitive, but also very anxious, but also very like like not knowing when to say something. Like I feel like they question themselves a lot, and I think but they come off very, like with Libra here, I feel like they come off very sure of themselves, and maybe people view them that way, maybe you view them that way, but on the inside it's like very like hectic, right? It's very hectic and maybe even intense with this Venom energy here. And with the Coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. I feel like whenever this person does talk to you, or whenever this person does come around and like talk to you and communicate with you, I feel like they're very authentic. And I feel like this person isn't afraid to tell you that, hey, like I'm just going through this or I'm going through that. Like I feel like they're not afraid to tell you that. It's just I feel like they might say it after like they're going through this like even transformation or this energy, right? I feel like they tell you after. Maybe like you get like, not that you get worried about this person, but I feel like this, like you get like, you wonder about this person. You might wonder about what they're doing. You might be wondering about like, oh, why haven't they texted me back, or why haven't they talked to me in a while? And I think it's nothing about you. It's literally just them trying to process their own mind, process their own feelings, process their own life, right? And I think it's because they're just a very sensitive person, and I think they just fully need that time to rejuvenate themselves, if that makes sense. And I feel like with the Coyote here, I wouldn't be surprised if they do tell you about this, or they just come through like positive, with positive energy, because I feel like they know that if they're in this energy of not wanting to be around people, they're not going to be the best person to be around, right? So I think they know when to take space, and they know when to like I think they know when to take space, like be and take space, but also I think they know when they need space as well. And I think that's a very beautiful energy, I'm gonna be honest. Even though they might come off very sure about themselves, or you might see them that way, there's still this energy of like them being very just, excuse me, very like just taking their time. Like I think they just take their time when it comes to anything. Like I think they just like taking their time healing themselves and being with themselves. And of course it's nothing about you. I think it's just this person being very secluded in a way, but also not too secluded that they can't connect with others. It's just I think they just need moments to seclude themselves and to rejuvenate themselves, and to like really take everything in and process everything, and then come back like better than ever, you know? I think they just need time to recharge sometimes. And I it's nothing about you. I think it's just literally them just needing to recharge, and that's okay, you know? You don't have to like villainize this person or make them feel bad for it. I think they just need it sometimes, you know? Okay, so now let's get into, if that's resonating. I hope that's resonating. So now let's get into, oh my god, I haven't I haven't chosen the tarot deck yet. I kind of want to use this one. Let's use the golden art one. Hopefully I can use this one for all the readings, but you never know. I change my mind. I change my mind all the time. Anyway, what are they thinking about when it comes to you? I do want to say I do personal readings on my Instagram, if you are interested, but also I do pick a cards there too, or pick a group. If you're interested, you don't have to do anything. I'm just happy that you're here. I'm just hoping it's resonating. What? Why do I keep saying okay, anyway, let's get into it. What are they thinking about when it comes to you? What are their thoughts about you, or of you? Thoughts of you or thoughts about you? Are they both grammarly correct? I don't know. Okay. Let's get into it. What are their thoughts of you or about you? We got the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, we got the Ace of Swords. Oh, they have the 8 of Cups. Yeah. One by one, please. Thank you. And the Star. I kind of want to get another one. Let's get another one for their thoughts about you. Oh, we got the Empress. That's so cute. And then at the bottom we have the 4 Wands. That's really cute. I feel like, okay, let me put them all in frame. Yeah. I feel like their thoughts about you are actually very positive. I feel like they like you. They like being around you. They like talking to you. I feel like with the Ace of Swords here, there's this energy of like, yeah, okay, so this Ace of Swords is coming off very like, they are willing to give you clarity, especially if you're confused about the situation or about this connection or about this friendship, whatever it is. Because I feel like with the 8 of Cups, like maybe they have a tendency to kind of run away, or they have a tendency to walk away, or like, again, going back to like, they have a tendency to just needing space and time from connection or from friendships, whatever type of connection this is, right? Or even familiar, right? It doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. But I feel like this person, like, I think they know that they have tendencies to walk away, they have tendencies to run away, they have tendencies to do all this. And I feel like to a certain extent, it's like they know they have that, and maybe they're working on it. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if this person's trying to work on it, but I feel like this person has moments that they might want to give you clarity on what's happening. They might want to give you more information about what's happening. But I think, and going back to who this person is, I think they bite their tongue, and maybe they don't know if you care about it as much. But with 10 of Pentacles, I feel like they see you as somebody that works very hard and someone that cares. I feel like this 10 of Pentacles is coming off very like someone that cares, especially with the Star here and the Empress. Like, I feel like they see you as somebody that cares about them and somebody that just cares in general. You are a very caring person, and I feel like they think of you as somebody that's very caring and very just willing to give them grace and willing to give them space if that's what they need, right? But I feel like you also know that sometimes it's okay to get clarity on situations. Sometimes it's okay to get communication and more information about situations, especially if you're confused. But there's this energy of like, I think they see you as somebody that you know how and when to give grace, and you know how and when to give people space to be themselves again, if that makes sense, because maybe that's what this person needs. But I feel like they have the tendency, because it could be like they might see relationships or connections or friendships very heavy. I think they get very, very not that they don't want connection, not that they don't want relationships or friendships. I feel like they actually value the friendship or the connection here a lot with the Star. I feel like they value, and the Empress and the 4 of Wands here at the bottom, I feel like they value this connection a lot, or like this friendship, whatever this is, right? This relationship in general. I think they value you and this connection a lot. It's just, I think they have the tendency to get, like, it can get very heavy on them. And not that you're too much or too, like, no, you're not too much. It's just like, if anything, I think they see you as somebody very beautiful and someone that's like very trusting and caring, you know. But I think they also know that sometimes relationships or connections or building connections and friendships can be very heavy on them. Maybe because they've been through some things in relationships or friendships, and it's just very heavy to create those, because maybe they've been through some things, like maybe people like being vampires, if that makes sense, like getting like sucking the life out of them, you know. And I feel like they've been through some things. Maybe, of course, we don't have to get too much deep into that, but maybe they've been through some things, and that's why they maybe get a little bit hot and cold, or get a little bit like, I just need space from this and then I'll come back, you know. And I feel like if you give this person space and like literally like understanding and grace, I think you might build a very beautiful connection with this person, especially with the Four of Wands. I feel like you can build a very beautiful connection with this person, friendship or family connection, just relationship in general. I think you can build a very beautiful connection with this person if you learn to understand that what they do is not about you, it's about them, right? It's about them trying to regulate themselves. It's about them trying to put themselves first, but also knowing that they also want friendship, they also want connection, and they also want this, but also knowing that it's okay to walk away if that's what they need to recharge, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think they think of you as somebody very bright and very important in their life as well. It's just I think they also just have moments that they can't fully be 100% in this connection or this friendship or whatever this is, right? Whatever this type of connection it is, right? I feel like sometimes they know that they can't be 100% in it, and that's okay, you know, because like I think it's just very hard for them to balance relationships sometimes, especially maybe because they could be very busy, or they could just be like in their own hermit mode sometimes, and maybe it's very difficult for them to just connect with others. And I feel like they also get very scared of like the intentions that other people have. Again, for some of you, this could be somebody new in your life, or somebody that you just met, or somebody that you're creating a new friendship with, or something like that. For some of you, it could be like maybe, because I just heard coworker. For some of you, it could be a new coworker that you're creating like a nice friendship or nice vibe between you two. But I do feel like this person has a tendency to not fully go so in depth in friendships right away, because I think they get scared. Like I truly do think there's some fear here of, what if this person is just like the other person I met? Like what if they like suck the life out of me, and like they just want me for this, or they just want me for that. I think this person is just very cautious when it comes to relationships and friendships and connections, because I think they've been through some things, and I think they don't want that to happen here, because I do think they value you a lot and they care about this friendship, but they also care about themselves a lot too, and they know that friendships, relationships take time, but they also know that they want this too. So I don't think they're like fully ghosting you, if unless you feel like they are, then maybe. I feel like this person is going to come around and like actually build something secure here. It's just in the beginning, I think they might just kind of push you away, or push this connection or relationship away a little bit, only because I think there's a little bit of fear here of you being like the past people that they've met, or past person or past relationships that they had, and they're scared of that. They don't want that from you, because I think they really do care about you, and they care about this connection, they care about this friendship, they care about this relationship. They value you a lot, and I think they care about it, but they also understand that they care about themselves too. They care about their energy, and they care about who's in their energy. So I feel like it just might take a while for you to be in this Four of Wands energy of like celebration, being happy around each other, being excited about each other, you know. And I don't think this person self-sabotages to a certain extent. I think they actually just care about it, but they also have moments that they know that they just have to kind of go within and just be like, okay, what's this vibe? What am I feeling? You know, I think they really just take their time getting to know people, and sometimes it's to get to know people they kind of have to be by themselves, which is so interesting. But yeah, let's get into some guidance for you. We're using the affirmators. Some guidance or some advice before you leave. This could be relating to this connection or this person or the situation, or it could just be in general, whatever wants to come out. Just take what resonates, of course. Okay. Oh, okay. At the bottom we have communication, and then we have engagement. Okay, shall we read it? So it says, today I make the conscious choice to engage with the world. in an active way. I'll take a new route and talk to strangers. I will smell flowers and pet dogs and maybe walk around barefoot for a while. If I'm not inside inside a 7-Eleven. At the very least, I'll have a day that's slightly more interesting than average, and at the most, I'll have a startling epiphany or make a friend who would change my life forever. No pressure. Yeah, I feel like you sometimes miss this person or you want to talk to this person, and that's okay. Yeah, with communication as well. You can read that if you want. Yeah, look, connection. I feel like you want this connection with this person. You want to build a friendship connection here. And I think that's okay. And I think that's okay. And I think this person also wants to do that with you. It's just, I feel like this person just has their moments and you just have to like truly respect that. And I think you can. I think they see you as somebody that can respect that. I think you're like, I just heard you're like you are emotionally mature enough to respect that their boundaries like that, or respect their space like that. I think you understand. And I think this is like saying like, hey, it's okay to want a connection here, it's okay to want a friendship here, it's okay to want to engage with this person more, but also it's also okay to respect what they want, and it's also okay to not fully expect so much from this person, right? Especially if this is someone new that came into your life. Don't expect so much, but I do feel like you two are going to engage more. I would hope so, right? And I think this person hopes that too, and I think you hope that too. I think you both are let's say like you could create a very beautiful connection here. It's just it might not be as fast as maybe you anticipated, or it's not going to be as fast as you think it is. And it's just because this person takes their time processing everything. But yeah, I think like it's basically saying like just touch grass. Like go outside, be with nature. You don't have to think about this too much. Like I think this person is just they're taking their time. And did you see that? That was there was a sticker. Anyway, but yeah, like just take your time. You don't have to force anything, and like you have to let this person be as well. Like don't expect so much from this person. Like just literally the only thing you should expect from this person is to be authentic, right? Be authentic, be honest with you. You don't have to expect so much from this person, and that's okay. But I feel like overall, I think if you want this connection to work out, I think it can. It's just right now you have to like let it be, or literally like let this, like it's giving like very like let this person be, like let this person live, let this person do what they have to do. And then I feel like once they kind of get out of this like hermit mode energy, I feel like you're gonna see a lot of different sides of them. I think it just takes time for them to get comfortable in a connection. But I think it's worth it. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's very much worth it, especially if this is a friendship. I think it's very much worth it, and I think you two can engage more and communicate more. But there's no pressure, right? There's no pressure, and you shouldn't pressure this person, and they shouldn't pressure you. Both be authentically yourselves in this connection. I think that's what matters the most. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. I hope this resonated. Let me know if it did or if it didn't. Just be nice to me, please. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next. I have a bunch of other videos that I posted here if you're interested in those. And if you're interested in a private reading from me, you can always send me a message or email. Everything is in the description down below. But a like or subscribe or a comment is always appreciated. But again, I'm just happy that you're here and watching this. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next. Bye. Hi Pio 2, if you chose this amethyst crystal, this reading is for you. Now before we get into tarot, we're gonna use what they're thinking about. This is who they are. So hopefully this part resonates. If it doesn't, you can always fast forward. However, I'm hoping this part resonates about who you're thinking about, who you're asking about. So this is going to be who you're thinking about / asking about, and then the tarot is going to be what they're thinking about when it comes to you, with this person, who this person is thinking about when it comes to you, right? Okay. So we have Mars motion 22. We have Parrot Spirit, watch your words. Ooh. Number what? 45. We have the unseen. We have the dragonfly, and then we have Venus. Wow, okay, planet Venus. Oh, Mars and Venus, which is so interesting. This Mars and Venus energy is so interesting because they're so different. Because Venus hate, like, Venus does not like, not that it's a bad thing, but like Venus, like, it doesn't like being in like Venus signs, for example, Taurus and Libra, they don't like being in Mars energy, or like Libra Mars or Scorpio Mars, like they're in detriment, right? And the Mars signs don't like being in Venus that much because, right, they're more action oriented, and Venus is a little bit more like, I don't chase, I attract type of vibe, you know? So they're very different. And like Mars energy, for example, they thrive, like Aries and Scorpio, they thrive in Aries and Mars, but they kind of are, they're in detriment in Venus. So they're very opposite in that way. So it's very interesting. I like that. I hope I made sense. Okay, but can we see that? The unseen. Who is this person? Okay, well, let's read what the Venus has to say. It says, cherish and joy, charm, art, and beauty are the way to, and the attraction of, pleasure from, good times. Yeah, that's very cute. Very cutesy. And Venus is also about like relationships, like romantic relationships, and like connections, and even money as well. So I feel like this person, with Mars as well, I feel like this could be leading towards more of a romantic sense, but it doesn't have to be. Let's talk about signs first before going further. So we have Dragonfly here with air energy. So that's Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Mars is Aries and Scorpio. Also Capricorn. Capricorn is exalted in Mars. And then we have Venus with Libra and Taurus, and even Pisces, because Pisces is exalted in Venus. So those signs or seasons could be significant. And then Parrot as well, that's like more air energy to me. So heavy on air. And watch your words, like very, very airy person. I think this person, like, I don't know if you're talking to this person, I'm gonna be honest, because I feel like they're very talkative. I feel like this person could be very talkative. Maybe they talk to you a lot. Maybe they used to talk to you a lot. This unseen energy, it's giving me like, I don't know, like the energy is so like contradicting. Again, Mars and Venus, very contradicting energies, but like they work so well together, in my opinion. So it's like, it's very interesting because I feel like this person contradicts themselves a lot. I feel like maybe they say a certain, maybe they're the type, the people, look, like I'm not saying words any, like I feel like this person is the type to say something but do the opposite, or that they're the type to like not fully, like maybe they might do something but they might regret it right after, or they might impulsively say something or do something, or I don't know, but then it's like it's not who they actually are, if that makes sense. Especially watch your words, like maybe this person said something to you or did something that you just got very confused. Like for example, like an example that I'm seeing, especially if it's more romantic, like maybe this person told you like, I don't have feelings for you, or like I don't want a relationship, or I don't see this going anywhere. You know, I don't know. I feel like this person might say something but mean different things, if that makes sense, or they might do something but like they contradict themselves so much. Because I can see this person being like, hey, I'm not ready for a relationship, but then they come to your home, they come to your house with flowers, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like they contradict themselves a lot. And I feel like they also like not I don't think they can fully like comprehend what they're doing. I feel like they're like, well, this feels good, but also I know for like, I feel like they're like, I know deep down I'm not ready for something like this, or I'm not ready to connect with someone like this, but then they turn around and like hold your hand. You know, it's like giving that vibe of like saying one thing but like doing the other. And it's like, I think that's why I think I can see why you're asking what they're thinking about, because I think this person is very contradicting. And with this unseen card here, I feel like there's a lot of things that maybe you don't see about this person. I feel like this person could come off a little bit deceptive, but I don't think it's like something like bad. I think it's genuinely just the way they act, because I think you might not trust this person fully. You might not trust what they say all the time. And I don't know if it's because you think they're a liar or they are a liar. Maybe you caught them in a lie sometimes, or maybe like I can see this person being like, no, I'm very honest. Like I can see this person saying like, no, I'm very honest. I tell the truth, but I just don't tell the whole truth. You know, I just say part of the truth. And it's like, I feel like that's the type of person, like they're honest, but they might not be fully honest, if that makes sense, regardless of what that means. But I think overall, I think I don't know if you were talking to this person. For some of you, I think you are, and for some of you, you're not. It just depends on your situation, truly. And I feel like it's very contradicting, very contradicting person. I feel like they say one thing, they do the other, but then it's like either they do it again, or like you just get confused with this person, and you might not fully comprehend or understand what they're doing. But like it seems like, well, I don't know, to be honest, what you're doing. I don't want to assume, but it just seems like this person's like very passionate, but also very loving, but also flighty, and it's like they're so weird. Like, not in a bad way. They're just like, I'm confused. Like, I'm truly confused about who this person is. Not who they are. I'm just confused why they do what they do. And maybe whatever they do, it confuses you. Like, it truly confuses you, because you're like, you literally just told me last week you didn't want a relationship. Now you're at my house with flowers and chocolates and you want to take me out? Like, what? I think that's why it's like very interesting that like this person's very like just contradicting, but also like, I don't know if this is who they are or it's just something that they naturally do. I truly don't know. But with the unseen here, I feel like there's so much more that you haven't seen of this person, if that makes sense. You haven't seen, like, you know how in Shrek talks about being an onion and how they have so many layers, and I think this person has a lot of layers, and maybe they only show you part of them, and that's why they're so maybe that's why they're so contradicting, because maybe it takes them a while to open up to someone very deeply like that, and maybe that's why they're very contradicting, and they might not fully, like, they might say something but do something differently. So it's like they're just very like contradicting. And like I can see this person being like, no, I truly do want to do that, like whatever that is, right? Like, let's say I really do want to do that, but then it's like they don't do it. I don't know, it's just like, it's that vibe. I don't know, like they're so, I can see why you're here. I'm confused too. And I feel like they're just very, they could be very flighty as well, like very like I feel like you feel like I feel like what you feel is that this person doesn't know fully what they want when it comes to this connection, or when it comes to you. I feel like you don't know that and I think to a certain extent you're right. I don't know. I don't know if they know what they want here. I think they know that they feel good around you. I think they know that they feel a lot of passion here and a lot of want to be here, but also they know that they have to be vulnerable, and maybe they're not in that place yet, especially with the unseen. Like, I feel like this person can be very vulnerable and can be very um with watch your words as well. They can be very honest and very vulnerable if this is what they want, but I feel like right now they're not in a place to be that, or they feel like they're not in a place to be in that energy. So they kind of are in this like weird limbo energy when it comes to you. But I do feel like with a lot of air energy, I wouldn't be surprised if this person's very smart or like very talkative or very like I feel like they're not afraid to share their thoughts about, like, for example, if you ask them about like, hey, um how do you feel about animal testing, for example, they're like not afraid to tell you about why it's wrong and why it shouldn't be happening. Like they might know a lot of information about a lot of different things, right? And they're not afraid to talk about things and like different topics. Like I think this is how they communicate with you a lot, maybe, about they can discuss different topics with you and have these really cool conversations. However, maybe you haven't gone so deep with them, and I think it's because they don't let you to a certain extent. Maybe you try to get deeper with them, but they don't let you. Like maybe you've asked deeper questions, but they're like, oh, yeah. What about you? Or like, what do you think about this? Like, I think this person tries to switch up the conversation, or they kind of don't. I don't know. I think they kind of don't want to get as deep as they can be. And even though, like, I feel like they feel good around you, they want to be around you, but also I think it just, it could be like it just takes them a while to get there. And again, with the unseen, there's a lot of layers to this person. It's just, I think right now you're only seeing the surface of them, and maybe that's why you get confused, because I think you kind of feel their energy, you feel how they feel, and you see how they're acting towards you, and I think you're like, I do think they like me, or like they like me, but also they don't want to get deeper. Like, and I feel like you need, like, you want to get deeper with this person, but they don't, to a certain extent, they don't let you. So yeah, let's get into tarot about what they're thinking about. Because I feel like I'm kind of confused too. So I'm not surprised why you're here. So we're using the art, if you're interested in that, the golden art, Novu, I think that's how you pronounce it, tarot. So yeah, let's get into it about what they're thinking about, because I'm not surprised about, like, I'm not surprised that you're wondering about what they're thinking about. Anyway, I do personal readings if you're interested in that. You don't have to be. I'm just happy that you're here. You can always subscribe or like. You don't, of course you don't have to, but I'm hoping this is so far resonating. But everything should be in the description down below. So yeah, one more shuffle and then we'll get into it. Okay. What are they thinking about when it comes to you, or what are their thoughts about you or of you? This one wants to come out. Piercings could be significant. I don't know. I just had like an urge to like I don't know. There's something like, I feel like nose piercings, ear piercings, or just face piercings in general could be very significant here. Or they have piercings, you have piercings. I don't know. Okay, the Three of Cups. Yeah. What is this? The Seven of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands. Knight of Cups. Yep. Let's get one more. Oh, okay, thank you all. The Wheel of Fortune. And at the bottom, we have the Nine of Swords. All very different energy. Okay, can we see that? Okay, let me fix it. Okay. what do they think about when it comes to, I feel like most thoughts, and I want to say most because it's gonna be, I promise you it's gonna matter. I feel like most thoughts are actually very positive with the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands here, especially. This Queen of Wands is very, very prominent. I feel like they find you very attractive, especially if this is more romantic. It doesn't have to be, just take out the romantic parts, you know. I feel like they find you very romantic and like, romantic, or like maybe they want to be romantic towards you, especially with the Knight of Cups. Like it could be like they want to be more romantic towards you, or they are very romantic towards you, and they like being. I feel like this person really likes being romantic. I think they love romance. I don't know if they would ever admit that, but I think they truly love romance. I think because now I'm thinking about like telenovelas, like novelas, and like if you watch telenovelas growing up, you understand how like they're so dramatic and so like so romantic, but so much drama, and like, you know, like in the way like courtship in telenovelas are very, very prominent, right? And I feel like this person wants to court you. I feel like maybe they're courting you right now, or they're like very much like very romantic towards you, or maybe this is what they want to do. I don't know if they've been romantic towards you, but I think in general, I think they like being romantic. I think they're a very romantic person. And I feel like with the Queen of Wands here, I feel like they see you as somebody that is very attractive. I think they find you very attractive. I just heard like you're their type. I don't know what that, I mean, I feel like that's kind of controversial to say, because not controversial. I think we can all have a type, but it's like, you know, like let's not get weird about it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it gets weird when people get weird about it. That's why I'm like, it's very. But I feel like they might have a type, or they have a type of person that they like, and it's you, right? I feel like they see you as somebody that they find very attractive. I think you're their type, whatever that means. Like for example, maybe they like people with curly hair and you have curly hair, you know. Like they found like, and that's the thing, it's like I feel like having a type is very interesting, because it's like if this person, for example, dated only people that have curly hair, like maybe that is a type, maybe you do have a type actually, you know. So it's like I feel like this person, like their type is like somebody that looks like you, or that has specific attributes, right? Like what I said, like curly hair or something like that, you know. Again, going back to piercings, it's like maybe they like people with piercings or something like that. But you don't have to have piercings. I'm just saying, like, it's just that vibe that I feel like you really like check all the boxes, if that makes sense, especially physically, if that makes, like, again, like I hope that doesn't sound, and I'm not saying that this person's shallow. It's just I think, especially if this is like just the beginning, or if you two are barely getting to know each other, or maybe you two have been together for a while, but then it's like, and you're trying to get deeper with this person, you're trying to like create a deeper bond. I feel like this person just really wants to like be romantic towards you, and like really take their time like courting you, and like being in this energy of like pursuing you, if that makes sense. They want to pursue you more, I think. And I feel like this person has very positive thoughts about you, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. I think they have these thoughts of like, whatever happened will happen, you know. I think they're trying not to control the situation as much. And with the Seven of Pentacles, there's this energy of like they want to be more romantic, but they also have this energy of like being practical about it. So I'm not sure where they fully stand when it comes to this connection. Maybe that should be a reading. Where do they stand when it comes to this connection? Let me write that down because I'll forget. Anyway, but I do feel like this person has moments that they're very practical, and maybe they don't want to get too deep into it, but then there's moments that they really want to be romantic and really want to take their time in this, and like let this flow the way it should, right? Because with the Three of Cups here, I do feel like this person likes being around you, and they like being close to you. I feel like a lot of the times they really like being close to you. And I think And I think this person has moments that they're like, maybe I feel like they do stop themselves for getting deeper with you. And I feel like if you have felt that, I think you're right. I think this person has been kind of blocking, I just heard blocking their blessings. And it's because I think they can get deeper with you, but I don't know, for some reason it just seems like they might take a while to get there, or they're like afraid to do that. I don't even know what this person is about. I'm gonna be honest with you. This person seems like very like, they want to connect with you, they want to be around you, they like you. I feel like they truly do like you. It's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if this person is just like a type of person that just wants to either take it slow and get to know you and really like flirt with you and like really like um take their time getting to know you before they get very deep with you, or it's somebody that really just is not trying to have any. Because if you want commitment in general, like if you desire commitment and connection, you might not get it from this person for a while. I'm not saying that they can't commit. If anything, I feel like they could. I just think right now, if you're expecting that from this person, maybe lower your expectations. But I think it can happen though. I could be wrong. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. But I feel like this person is not in a place to fully commit yet. But I do feel like their thoughts about you are very positive, and they're very like hopeful for this connection. They're hopeful for you. And I think it's because they just want, I think they truly just want to get to know you and be romantic towards you, you know? And I think they just want you to accept it and like take your time as well, if that makes sense. I think they don't want you to rush it. I think they think that you're an amazing person, and I think they feel like they can be romantic towards you. I don't know. I feel like this person really likes, I feel like this person likes flirting with people. They like, not with, well, I'm not saying that they're flirting with a lot of people. I'm just saying I think this person naturally just likes flirting. They like being romantic. They like showing off. I think they like being around people, and like they like being in connection. And I feel like you're that person for them. And I think I can see why you're confused, but I think the best bet here is just to ask this person what their intentions are. I think it's nothing wrong to ask for intentions. I know it can be kind of scary because once they tell you their intentions, and if you don't like what you hear, it's like now you have to make a decision on staying or leaving. But if you do like what you hear, maybe it's a good thing that it's good to take it slow, you know? But I think if you are questioning this connection, or if you're questioning this person's attention, I think it's okay to ask if you haven't already. Haven't asked about their intentions when it comes to this connection, because I think you can feel this person's passion and feelings towards you, but also I think you can also feel that maybe they're not taking it as seriously as you are. And I think you're right. I'm gonna be honest, I think you're right, but also I think it just takes them a while to get there. I think it just takes them a while to get serious in a connection. Like right now they just like having fun, they like getting to know you, they like being around you. And I think that's what they know, and that's what they think about the situation. They like being around you, they want to be around you. But also I feel like what they think is like, wherever the wind takes me, you know, wherever the wind takes me. I feel like they're not as serious as they could be, only because I think either because this is a newer connection, somebody like you haven't known this person for a long time, like you haven't, or also it could be like they just take their time in connection and they really just want to take it slow, but also show you that, hey, like I do see something here, but it just takes me a while to get there, you know, or all the above, right? This person could feel all the above, but yeah, I think this person just takes their time, and then they're really much in that energy, like let's just see where this takes us, right? I think they are very much in this energy, like let's see where this takes us, let's see where we can go with this, let's not force anything. But again, if you're questioning their intentions, if you're questioning about what they want here, you can always ask. Again, that is like, I know that can be kind of scary, but you deserve clarity if this is what you want. But yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want though at the end of the day, right? And they can do whatever they want, free will. But also, you can always ask questions too. Okay, but before we go, we're gonna get some guidance or advice. This could be regarding this connection or this person or the situation, or in general advice. So whatever wants to come out, we will receive with open arms and open mind. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we can get both. At the bottom, we have forgiveness. Oh, okay, it's 3. We can do that. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, okay, don't take it personally. I think that's very important. If someone starts to speak unkindly to me, I'll remember that they've got something going on that has nothing to do with me. Like maybe they just pooped their pants. Yes, that's probably it. I think this is very much this energy of, hey, like, you don't have to control this person. Like, if this person is showing up weird, or if this person is showing up different, or if this person is showing up the way you want them to show up, you don't have to question that. Like, you really don't have to question how this person is showing up. Just accept it. There's just this energy of like accepting what's happening, being like, okay, do I like that they're showing up this way? Do I like that this is happening? You know, do I need more clarity in this? You know, ask yourself these questions, and you don't have to take how this person is showing up in this connection personally. You know, even if it is romantic, I think there's this energy of like, yeah, I like, be thankful about how he's showing up, especially if it is romantic. Like if this person buys you flowers, for example, or buys you a gift, like of course say thank you, be thankful, be grateful, but also remember like, hey, like I do deserve this. Like I do deserve to feel this way. You deserve love, you deserve affection, you deserve someone to show you that this is like, you deserve to be in this energy, right? So I feel like don't take everything so personally, because that's what you deserve, right? Be thankful, of course. Be thankful about how this person shows up, especially if it's romantic, especially if they buy you gifts or if they show affection or like, you know, stuff like that. I feel like be grateful and be thankful for it. However, right? However, make sure that you know that this is something you deserve, right? You deserve something like this. You deserve someone that is attentive. You deserve someone that's gets you gifts if that's what you like, right? You deserve someone there, right? You deserve someone present, and reminding yourself of that is very important when it comes to this connection, when it comes to connections in general. Speaking of connections, we have connection. I'm connected to the multitudes, and I can access the support of at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me and make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather and weather-related stuff. Yeah, going back to, hey, sometimes you just have to ask the question. You know, and I'm not saying you have to ask, like, what are we? I mean, you can. You can ask that. What I'm saying mostly is, like, maybe start a conversation with this person about, like, where is this headed? Like, just ask this person, like, hey, like, can we have a conversation about where your mind is at? Because, like, you can literally just ask, like, I don't think I fully understand sometimes, and I just really want to know where you're at right now, and if we're on the same page when it comes to this connection. And I promise you, the right people will stay, the wrong people will walk away, because I feel like even in these like harsh conversations, or like these very intimidating, like it could be pretty intimidate, like it could probably intimidate this person, or it might even like make you nervous, right? But I think it's very much necessary if this is what you want, if you want more clarity in this. You know, it's okay to have connection, it's okay to be connected in communication as well, and questions, and wondering about each other, wondering about where this is headed, you know. So we also have abundance. Congratulations, it seems you're due to a little, and infinitely big piece of abundance pie. Feel like you don't deserve it? Knock it off. It's already plated and ready to hit your table. Reluctant to take it? Shut your hole. Abundance pie is big enough to serve everyone. So get your whipped cream ready unless you're lactose intolerant and enjoy your well-deserved metaphorical dessert. So yeah, I think again going back to like, hey, like sometimes I understand that, like going back to what I just said about like, yeah, if this person gets you gifts or if this person shows you affection or if they do sweet things towards you, remember that that's something that you deserve in connection. You deserve sweet things. You deserve people that are attentive. You deserve to be around people like this, right? But also don't put this person on a pedestal. You know what I mean? Don't put, because they're nice to you or just because they treat you well doesn't make them a great person, right? It doesn't make them like an amazing person. We all have flaws, right? And I feel like just because this person is like doing things for you or being attentive, being present, and like being very even affectionate, right, or doing nice things to you or towards you, doesn't mean that you have to put them on a pedestal and think that, oh my god, this is, you don't have to start being sort of like delusional, sort of. It's like you deserve things like that. You deserve good things, right? And then going back, like, be thankful, of course, but also remember that you deserve good things. You deserve good connection, especially with other people. And of course, forgiveness. I don't know, I feel like overall, I think you deserve good connection. Don't forget that, please. And it's okay to want connection here. It's okay to want to be with this person, but it's also okay, just don't take everything so personally. And it's also okay to go with the flow and see where this could go, right? Whatever you choose to do will be the right decision for you, right? So yeah, they want to leave that there. Make sure to, if you want, again, free will, if you want to leave a like, subscribe, anything will be appreciated. Everything will be appreciated. But I'm just happy that you're here. I'm hoping that this resonated. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next. Bye. Hi Pio 3. If you chose this carnelian crystal, this reading is for you. Now before we get into tarot, I do want to see who this person is, and I'm hoping that this part resonates with who this person is. And then with tarot, we're gonna see who they're thinking. Well, what they're thinking about when it comes to you. So hopefully this part resonates. If it doesn't, you can always fast forward to see if something pops up there for you. But overall, I'm hoping this part resonates. Okay, let's get into it. We have Cancer, Immerse, number 4. We also have Flamingo Spirit, number 26. Embrace the in-between. Let's do it like that. We have Horse. We have the Orphan. And we have Taurus. And Taurus, your beliefs, the cost of, use the most direct way. Resources to maintain the practicality of, resulting from the productivity of. Okay. Ooh, okay. Can we see that? Okay, who is this person? Now, let's start with signs first. We have, of course, Cancer energy. We have Taurus energy. These seasons could be significant. And then Horse, I think this is fire energy. So that'll be Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. So those signs or seasons could be significant. So a lot of different energies here for sure. I feel like this person is a homebody for sure with this Cancer and Taurus energy. Very, very homebody. Very, very homebody. I feel like they'd rather stay inside than go outside. I feel like if you ask this person to go, for example, to the club, they might more likely say yes, but might regret it later. This is the type of person that just loves being indoors, like SpongeBob indoors. I feel like they just love being indoors. I think they like being inside. I don't know. I feel like that's their safe space. You know, that's their safe place and safe space. It's especially because like this horse energy. I don't know. I feel like horse is very like, I want to say libre, like very like free. They're very free, and I feel like horses being so free, but yet this person being so homebody is very like interesting to see, because I think this person is very independent and very um they do whatever the frick they want to do. I think especially with this Taurus energy and this Cancer energy, like I feel like this person, like they do whatever they want to do. Like I don't think they question themselves. I think they are very sure of themselves. Actually, I feel like they have, of course, with this orphan here, I feel like they have moments that maybe they contradict themselves, or they second guess themselves, or maybe they don't fully like accept the fact, accept their decisions fully, or they might not trust their intuition or trust what they say or what they do a lot of the times. Not a lot of the times. I think most of the time they're actually very sure about themselves, but this orphan energy is coming off very like they like not fully sure about themselves sometimes, right? They have like I feel like they're mostly very sure about what they do and what they have and like about themselves, but they have moments that come through that it's just very like, I don't know if this is right, or like they second guess themselves. And I feel like to a certain extent they might be second guessing this connection with you. I feel like this orphan energy could be about you. Like maybe you came into their life very abruptly, or you came into their life when they least expect it. So I feel like they're so independent and so like, this is who I am. Like I'm okay being alone. I'm okay being this. But then you came into their life and they're like, huh? Everything's triggered. Like everything, I'm triggered now. Like they became this little like, I feel like they became very vulnerable. Like I feel like they feel very vulnerable when it comes to you as well, or when it comes to connection, or when it comes to I feel like they can get very vulnerable, especially with the Cancer here. I feel like they can be very very vulnerable to energy, very vulnerable to connection, very vulnerable to people. And I feel like with the flamingo spirit, embrace the in between. I think they try so hard to be balanced in meeting people, being around people, being in connection, and being in all these types of situations. I feel like they try to be balanced, but for some reason it really gets to them. And I think it's because they're so vulnerable. I feel like they can't help but be vulnerable in other people's presence. They're just naturally very sensitive and very vulnerable to energy and to connection, to friendships, to people. And I think this person tries their hardest to kind of not they try their hardest to not lose themselves in other people and other connections and other situations. Not just connections, just in situations. I feel like even at work, it could be also work related. Like I feel like they try their best to not lose themselves. And I think one thing that you might be able to recognize about who this person is like maybe their height. Their height could be very significant. Maybe they're tall, their hair as well. Of course, like horse is reminding me of Sagittarius risings. As a Sagittarius rising myself, I can say that, okay? They always say we look like horses. So I think it's just funny. But yeah, I feel like this person could be tall, or maybe they look tall, because I know for a fact I look tall, and I've gotten that before, that I look tall online, but in person, baby, I'm 5'4". Like I'm not that tall actually. Yeah, I'm actually pretty average here in the United States. Actually, I'm 5'4", 5'3", maybe, I don't know. But I'm not that tall, right? But I do look tall. So I feel like this person might look tall or actually be tall, whatever the case is. And I feel like they're just very sensitive, and I feel like you've seen the sensitivity part of them. Yeah, and then April 26th could be that's also, yeah, April, May, that's Taurus season. So yeah, heavy on Taurus. But I think this person is just a very sensitive person, and I feel like they rather stay inside than outside. I feel like they like their own energy, they like their own place, they like their own space as well. But I do think they get very sensitive to energy, sensitive to people, sensitive to situations, sensitive to connection. I think this person is just very sensitive, and like sensitive in a way that's not overbearing. Not that sensitivity should be overbearing, but it's more like I think this person tries to hide their sensitivity. That's the thing. I think they try to hide their sensitivity, but it's very hard because maybe you can read their facial expressions, or you can feel their energy, or you can feel their energy shift when something happens and it gets to them, or you can feel that this person is feeling very sensitive right now, very like even triggered to a certain extent. And I feel like you can kind of feel that, slash you can kind of notice that this person is sort of going through something, or you can kind of tell that this person is feeling or feeling very sensitive to this situation or situations, connection, whatever it is. I think you can kind of like tell when this person is feeling a type of way. And I think you can read this person very well, but it's because I think they have their heart on their sleeve. You know, I think they have their heart on their sleeve, and I feel like they can't help it. I think this person is like, I can't help but do that. And maybe that's why they become very, like, maybe that's why they're, like, they are very independent, or, like, very, like, loner energy. Because I think they know that they can get so immersed with other connection with other people. And they know that they can be very vulnerable, and they know that they have their heart on their sleeve. So it's like, I have to be independent. I have to be in this energy of being by myself, because I know who I can be when I'm with somebody, or when I'm in a connection with somebody, or when I meet new people, or when I'm in new situations. This person could be very scared of change a lot, so I think that's why they try to stay alone most of the time, or stay like present within their own life, because I think they have their heart on their sleeve, and I think they know they can't control their emotions. I feel like they know they can't control how they feel a lot of the times, and they can get very vulnerable and very easily even triggered, or easily like just uncomfortable to a certain extent, not in a bad way, just uncomfortable that these like emotions rise because they get in situations or relationships or connection or all these type of situations in their life. And I think they know that this can be I think they know that any type of connection or situation, relationship is just a lot for them to deal with sometimes. So I think that's why they try their best to be independent and be in their own space, to like really understand what's happening, but also to like remind themselves of self, if that makes sense. Remind themselves that, hey, you're your own person. You don't have to really emerge with somebody so fast, you know, like you don't have, like, they, to remind themselves that they don't have to fully, I don't know, I feel like this person also falls in love really fast. I feel like that's what it is. I think they know they fall in love really fast, or they not even fall in love, like I feel like they fall in like very fast, and I think they can like somebody very fast, and I think they know that, and I think that's why they choose to stay independent, slash maybe even alone, or they choose to not pursue anything fully yet, because I think they really want to make sure that this is something good. I feel like they do have some sort of walls up, but yeah, let's hope that that part resonated. Let's get into what they're thinking about when it comes to you. If you're interested in a personal reading from me, you can always send me a message on Instagram or email me, and you can book one there. If not, I'm just happy that you're here, and I'm hoping that it's resonating so far. So yeah, let's get into it. What are they thinking when it comes to you, or their thoughts about you or of you? Yeah. Yep. Let's get into it. Let's get more, please. Oh, okay, that was fast. Oh, and the Three of Swords at the bottom. Seven of Swords. Seven of Cups. And the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you can't rush this person at all. Like, you cannot rush this person. I do feel like they, with the King of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, I feel like they're trying their best to be present in this connection with you. I think they're trying their best to, and I think that's what they're thinking about, is like, how can I be present but also not lose myself? I think they're trying, like, Seven of Cups, I feel like they are very much thinking about how they can, like, be present and not self-sabotage, right? I feel like they're trying their best to, like, okay, I have the urge to run away, right? Especially with the horse here. But even though the horse is not about running away, it's about being free, right? But I think this person maybe gets scared of commitment, or they get scared of being tied down fully, because I feel like they know that they can lose themselves in connection. They know they can lose themselves in relationship and situations in general. And I feel like with the Three of Swords, like, maybe they've been through some things, right? Maybe they've been through some situations in life that, can you see that? Yeah, maybe they've been through some situations in life that they maybe are still healing from. And I feel like this connection with you, or like this situation with you, or this friendship, or whatever type of connection this is, I feel like they are trying their best to stay present and show that they're in it, you know, that show you, like, hey, like, I'm very serious about this, especially with the King of Pentacles. Like, I'm very serious about this. Like, I'm planning. I really want this to, you know, go as far as it can. And with the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords, I feel like they're trying their best to not self-sabotage, or trying their best to not, like, ruin something good, right? With the Page of Pentacles, like, because I feel like this is something very good and practical and, like, very sweet and very, like just good. I don't know, it just feels like a very good energy. But I think they know that, but also I think they also think that they're thinking about how they can be present and not ruin it, because I feel like maybe they have the tendency to ruin connections because of their fears. Maybe they have the tendency to get, like, run away due to their fears. Maybe they've done that before, and now that you're here, maybe they're like, oh no, I can create this. Like, I can create a connection here. I can create a friendship here. However, it's gonna take work, right? I think it's gonna take work, and I think they know that, and I think they're willing to put in that work. I think they want to put that work in. Right, with the Three of Wands here, I feel like they know that they have to, and they know that they want to. It's just sometimes they do catch themselves not knowing how to, slash not knowing how to not run away from this, which is kind of like, yeah, it makes sense, right? I feel like this person is also thinking about how they can make this connection better, in my opinion. I don't know if this connection has been through the ringer, or y'all been through some things, or it's just this connection could be kind of like up and down, hot and cold sometimes. And I feel like this person's thinking about how they can make it better, because it could be like it's kind of up and down, or like kind of stagnant because of them. I think they know that. I think they know that it's because of them that this connection is not flowing the way it could. And I think they're thinking about how they can make this better, or how they can make this more solid and way more, like, easygoing. Because with the Page of Pentacles, I think that's what the vibe is. I feel like they want to be in this flow energy. They want to be in this good energy with you. But I do think they know that if you two are not in a good energy, or you're not in a flowing state, or like you two are not flowing well right now, or in general, whenever you two are not flowing well, and it could be because of this person trying to maybe run away, or their fear gets in the way, so they kind of are closed off to a certain extent. I feel like this person is trying so hard to be present, and trying so hard to show you that this is something serious to them, but maybe at the same time, like, they run away at the same, or like they kind of create space between you two, or create like a like very like not knowing what's happening energy. Like, you might not know what's fully happening on the other side. And I think it's because they create this like stagnant energy. And I think they can't help it to a certain extent. I feel like, but at the same time, they're trying so hard to show you like, hey, like, this is something I really, really want. Like, I want to connect with you. I want this. I really do want this. But also, I think they try their best to, I think they're trying their best to convince, maybe even convince you or convince themselves, like, hey, like, you can actually do this. Like, you can actually accept this type of connection. You can accept this type of love. You can accept this. You just have to do it. And I think this person knows that they have to put in work to accept this. Because I feel like what they think about when it comes to you, I think they think about how they can they can be committed to you. I think they think about commitment when it comes to you. I think they think about a long-term connection, long-term friendship, long-term relationship. I think they think a lot about longevity when it comes to this connection. And I think, of course, I feel like the pain that maybe they felt before, or the pain that they feel in other connections, like, is still lingering. I think it's still, I think, not lingering in a bad way. I think they're just still healing from it. And I think it just takes them a while to heal from it. But I think you being in their life right now is like sort of like, I guess I would say like a catalyst, but like more like, I think you being in their life right now is kind of pushing them towards this healing, right? Like, maybe they hadn't, like, they haven't, they kind of avoided it. Maybe this healing energy of like, I'm just hurt and I'm just gonna live with that, you know. Maybe they were avoiding healing or taking their time to heal this past energy. But I think now that you're coming around and you like showing them like, hey, like, you know, like showing them like connection, and I think they truly do see something here and real with you. I think they're being pushed, or they know that they have to heal. I think they know they have to heal if they want something real and with a lot of longevity here, right? I think they know that. And that's something that could be very difficult for them to do. And I think that's what they're thinking about. I think that's what they're thinking about. How can they pursue this and heal at the same time? How can they balance that out? You know, how can they balance this situation out? How can they yeah, because like the flamingo, right? The embrace the in between. So I feel like this person is very much like still healing, but also still wanting this connection to flourish as much as they can, you know. And I feel like I feel like they're gonna, either they already are, or they're gonna put this energy towards this connection as much as they can, because I think they truly want this connection to work out. It's just, I think they also have moments that triggers them, or that reminds them of this past hurt, or they out of nowhere just hit, like, it just comes back, you know. Like in random moments that they start thinking about this past hurt. And I think it's just something they can't help, you know. It just happens. And that's not on you, right? You don't do anything. I mean, it could be like maybe there's situations in this connection that does like trigger them, but that's not something that you're purposely doing. Well, I hope not, right? That you're not purposely doing it. I think it's very much just this person like trying to be okay when things like that happen, you know. It might be triggering, but like they know that it's not you, and they know that it's just their past hurt coming in present, right? Their past coming into the present, and they can't fully understand that. They don't know how to balance that out yet. And because they can't balance it out, it's uncomfortable, right? It's uncomfortable. And when it's uncomfortable, I think they choose to kind of go into their shell sometimes, or they maybe sabotage this connection, or they run away, or they do things that don't show who they actually are, what they actually want in this connection. I think it shows more of like a scared, right? Going back to the orphan, I think it kind of shows you that they're just scared, you know. They're just scared. And I think it's something that he can't control, but it happens, you know. It happens. So yeah, I think that's what that is. I mean, I have hope for this person. I'm not gonna lie. I have hope for this person. I have hope that they can make get out of this, you know, to get out of this like weird in between energy. But it's like the flamingo says, embrace it. Yeah, embrace that you still need time healing, but you also want this connection to work out. That's okay. Like two things can coexist here, and I hope this person can understand that these two things can coexist, you know. Especially because if you're I feel like you're very patient with this person, and I think they really need that, and I think you give that to them. So I feel like I don't even think you're rushing this person. That's why I think they really like admire you, and I think they really like you, and they really want something here, because I think you don't rush them. You show this person that, hey, like, I do want something here, and I understand that you're healing. I understand that you're taking your time, but like, remember, like, I do want something here. Like, you're very honest with this person. Yeah, I think they really admire that. So let's get some advice for you. This could be relating to this situation or connection or this person, or just in general. Advice in general. We'll see what comes out, what wants to come out, and we'll be done with the reading. So yeah, let's get some guidance or / advice for you. At the bottom, we have positive thinking. Okay, so we have ultimate potential. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishments. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I have ever turned into anything else? I'm looking at you, Smooth Jazz, and talk radio. I don't know why, like, with these headphones, I'm thinking like maybe music could be significant, like maybe like helping yourself to regulate and like to kind of, because sometimes like I've noticed that music can like really validate how you feel, right? It can really validate that you're not crazy, that so I feel like listening to music about the situation, or about, you know, I don't know, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, like love songs, love breakup songs, whatever this situation is, I feel like listening to music could be very healing for you right now, because it's like people make music that you can relate to sometimes, you know. And I feel like it could just be very validating to think that, wow, they're going through the same things, right? It's a very human experience, right? But ultimate potential, I think you see potential in this connection. I think you see potential in your own life. You know, you see potential here with this person, but I think you also are being encouraged to stay positive. Of course, stay positive of the potential here, but also don't lose yourself in this connection. Don't lose yourself in the potential, if that makes sense. Like, it's okay to see potential, but it's also okay to be realistic, right? Be realistic about what's happening. Be realistic about seeing things face value as well, you know. And I think, yeah, it takes a while to get there, and it takes a while to really accept that, but I think you have the potential, right? The potential to see that, right? Especially if this person has shown you that they want something more here, that they want to connect with you more. Believe that. Like, you don't have to question that, right? Even though this person might be going through their own personal healing and personal things, I think you have to believe that this person, I feel like this person is very honest with you, and I think you have to believe them, right? Even though they might come off very like this, you know, if that makes sense. But yeah, like, you have potential in your own life. You have potential in this connection. This connection has a lot of potential. You just have to be positive about it, and you have to try to be optimistic as much as you can, but also be realistic, right? Because optimism can kind of lead to delusion, which isn't bad. I mean, I'm pretty delusional. I'm a Sagittarius. What do you expect? But it's very much this energy of like, it's okay to be optimistic, but also truthful with yourself, truthful about the situation, saying things face value, you know, and not judging yourself for hoping that this connection can work out, you know, hoping that you want something here. Like, don't judge yourself, and don't let other people judge you. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. I hope this resonated. I hope to see you in my next. Let me know how you feel about this reading. You know, always glad that you can comment, like, subscribe if you want. You don't have to, but I would greatly appreciate it. I have pick a cards, and you can book a personal reading on my Instagram. I also do pick a cards there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next. Bye.